to buy a cemetery plot. What an odd shopping experience that was. The three most important things to keep in mind when buying real estate are location, location, location. But I thought, it's a grave. What difference does a view really make? Resale value, not a problem. But I made my purchase. And from time to time, I like to make a trip up there. It helps me untwist the snarls in my mind and soul, especially when I lose track of what's important. On a recent visit, I noticed my neighboring property owners, James and Edith Grimm and Jacob Pleasant. I thought I had a poetic rightness to be buried between Grimm and Pleasant, don't you think? One time, late at night, I brought my favorite blanket with me. I stretched it out on the ground, sat down, and looked straight up. And I was startled. This grave has an incredible view. Looking straight up, I could see stars shine coming at me from millions of light years away. Trying to wrap my head around the magnitude and complexity of it all, I just sat there, staring into the infinite darkness, filled with all of that light. You know, I've never really liked the Bible verse that says, "Dust thou art, and to dust shall return." We are energy, which is interchangeable with light, and we are the earth, the fire, and the water, held together by wisdom and pulled apart by folly. So much more than dust. Instead, the Bible verse should say, "Miracle thou art, and to mystery shall return." The light shining on me started coming even before I came into being. And some of those stars may have even died out by now. That is a scientific fact. But my light, from my life, gives off a different kind. And it will shine on long after I am gone.
Are there any questions? Are there any questions?
What is the meaning of life?
I beg your pardon?
What is the meaning of life?
You kidding me?
Well, who knows? You may have the answer, and I hate to miss it because I was too socially inhibited to ask.
Once, and only once.
I asked that question.
What is the meaning of life?
What is the meaning of life?
What's the meaning of life?
What's the meaning of life?
And got a serious answer. An answer that is still with me. The place where this happened has a distinct power of its own. On the Greek island of Crete, in a small village on a rocky bay, sits an institute dedicated to human understanding and peace, but especially to the reconciliation between Germans and the natives of Crete.
This site is important because it's where a small airstrip lies where Nazi paratroopers invaded the island and were attacked by peasants wielding kitchen knives and hay scythes.
Retribution was terrible. Populations of entire villages were all lined within shot for assault and hit.
High above the institute, there is a cemetery with a single cross, marking the mass grave of native partisans. Across the bay is the regimented burial ground of Nazi paratroopers. The memorials are there so that all will remember and never forget.
Hatred was the only weapon the Greeks had left at the end, and it was the weapon many vowed never to give up.
In this historical place, where the stone of hatred is hard and thick, the existence of an institute devoted to healing the wounds of war is a fragile paradox.
So how has it come to be here?
The answer is a man, Alexander Papaderos, doctor of philosophy, teacher, politician, son of this soil. At the end of the war, Papaderos came to believe that the people of Crete and those of Germany had much to learn from each other, much to give one another. For if they could learn to forgive and construct a creative relationship, then any people on this earth could.
Well, Papaderos succeeded. The Institute became a reality, a conference ground on the site of and a source of productive interaction between the two countries. By the time I came to the Institute for summer session, Alexander Papaderos was already a living legend. Just one look at him, and you saw his strength, his intelligence, and his passion.
At the end of the last session of the 2-week seminar, Papaderos rose from his chair in the back of the room and he went to the hall, where he stood in the bright green sunlight of a wide-open window and looked out.
We followed his gaze across the bay to the iron cross marking the German cemetery. He turned and asked,
Are there any questions?
Quiet quilted the room. This past week had generated enough questions to last a lifetime. But for now, there was only silence.
So I asked, Dr. Papaderos, what is the meaning of life?
People laughed at the absurdity of the question.
He raised his hand and stilled the room.
I will answer the question.
He fished into his leather billfold and pulled out a small round mirror. What he said went like this.
When I was a small child during the war, we were very, very poor, living in a remote village. One day, on the road, I came across the pieces of a broken mirror. A German motorcycle had been wrecked in this place.
I tried to find all the pieces and fit them together, but I found that it wasn't possible. So I only kept the largest piece, this one. I scratched it against a stone and I made it round. I began to look at it like a toy. I became fascinated by the fact that I could reflect light in dark places, dark holes, deep crevices, and dark closets. It became a game for me, trying to reflect light into the most inaccessible places I could find.
I kept the little mirror, and as I went about my growing up, I would take it out sometimes to renew the challenge of the game. But as I got older, I came to realize that it wasn't a game, more of a metaphor for what I might do with my life. I came to realize that I am not the light, or the source of that light, but the light.
True.
understanding,
Knowledge.
Is there, and it will shine in dark places only if I reflect it.
I am a mirror whose whole design and shape I do not know. Nevertheless, with what I do have, I can reflect light into the dark places of this world, into the dark hearts of men, change some things in some people. Perhaps others will see this and do likewise. This is the meaning of my life. This is what I'm about.
And then he took the small mirror, and holding it carefully, he caught the bright rays of daylight streaming through the window, and reflected them onto my face, and onto my hands, folded on the classroom desk.
Are there any questions? Are there any questions?
Are there any questions?
Are there any questions?
Are there any questions?
There's no way to measure what these fragments are worth. Scattered moments of connection to life on this earth. Flashes of